line goes off at 7 and you start on time. You put in your 8 hours for the powers that have always been, till it's 5 p.m. Then you go downtown where the folks are broke. You go downtown where your life's a joke. You go downtown where you buy your token. You go home to Skid Row. Because musical theater puts together two things that I am very passionate about. It puts together music and theater. I have been in a choir for over 8 years, and in these 8 years I have learned to love performing on stage, singing and dancing with the music. I have loved to learn what the music I am performing is about and embodying the messages that I want to give to the audience through my performance. Musical theater just really touches on what I am passionate about. And although it might be a little cliche to say that you have to pursue something you love, I think that it's more than that. It's pursuing something you love because you know that you can do a lot more. It's about being able to take what you love, take your passion, and use it for the greater good. Like, for example, I'm thinking musical theater, it's about being more than entertaining, it's about educating. As an international student, it is a big risk to go outside your country and to spend a lot on education. And because of that, I want to make sure that the risk I'm taking, being away from my family, having them sacrifice and myself sacrifice so I can finance myself, will be worth it. And because of that, I want to get into the best that I can get into. Going into the research for university, I looked at the top 10 in the UK, and the University of Portsmouth was one of them. An impeccable quality of teaching, and it has a very high job placement rate. Personally, I find that learning from someone is much more effective than learning on my own. Obviously, I will learn on my own, but learning from a professional, someone who is of world-class quality, is something that's really important, and I think it could really help me better become more equipped for whatever I will be working as in the future. As for the job placements, it's when you see that a lot of the students get into the jobs that they studied for, it shows that the education that is being given is what is relevant. It's not just fluff. It's actually useful. And I want to make sure that I will be able to use the education I will be getting. Just in general, studying outside your country is an eye-opener. It widens horizons. It also helps me to become more independent and more globally aware. I will be learning from people who are different from me, people who are from different countries, from different religions, who have different views of life, and I think that's a really important part of being able to learn how to contribute to a rapidly developing global society. One of the most recent productions I've seen was actually a production I was in. It was The Little Shop of Horrors, which was our school production of my senior year. And as a senior, I was one of the chorus girls. I was singing as Crystal, but I had the speaking lines of Chiffon. I was given the opportunity and the privilege to be the student choreographer of the production. This production really pushed me to go for a theater course, something that was related to theater. This was because I was able to see just how passionate I was about theater and just performing in general. And theater isn't just limited to performing on stage, it's also about all the mechanics happening backstage. Throughout the years, I've also been in a backstage crew personnel, and I have been able to help in different plays, move around props, to go over the script with the different characters. I have been in costume design, I've been in set design, and overall, I think that these have really helped me to see how important it is for everything to come together in the end. For our production, we practiced and got ready for over 3 months, a little over 3 months, and In those 3 months, we were able to cram in all the learning of the songs, all of the lines, the sets, the costumes, and the props. And it was a little on the hectic side towards the end, but it was amazing to see how it all turned out very well in the end. It's important that you think of more than, you think of the big picture when you're going into a production, because a production, it's a working machine, basically. It needs the different parts to work together in order for it to work as a whole. And I think that production, The Little Shop of Horrors, was very successful because everyone worked so hard to get it done. Like, the props were amazing. They looked so good. And because the props were so good, everyone was more motivated to perform. Same with the costumes. When people have the right motivation, they will perform with gusto. They'll perform as best as they can. And I saw that in the people around me at the play. I saw that in the faces of the audience as they were watching. And that was amazing. With the performance is really about embodying your character. You have to understand that having a role is about understanding your character. It's about taking who they are and presenting it to the audience. And this is really important because our play, The Little Shop of Horrors, it was about a lot of serious topics such as like abuse and materialism and greed. And because of those serious themes, it was important for us to understand how and why a character was like that. And because we understood the character, we were able to present it better to the audience. And this is important because your audience, they don't know anything. They see what you give them. They only learn about it if they do their own research. And the point of a production is to tell a story without having to let someone go into research. Seeing everything come together has helped me choose to actually go into theater, like, professionally. I've seen that theater isn't just about performing. Theater is no game. Theater is no joke. Theater is a powerful tool that can really help in communicating important messages and educating people, like, with the things that are hard to talk about in society. Thinking of how powerful and how dark that story was in Little Shop of Horrors, my main theme of discussion would be most likely about how the lessons that are communicated through production. I think that because of how dark the story was in The Little Shop of Horrors, you were able to see the effects of problems in society on the lives of individual people. And that was shown in the play. Because of that, I was able to see past the conversation, past the lines and past the songs, and see that the root of it all was greed and materialism in society. And because of that, I think that theater really is such an important and powerful tool that can be used to educate people. Theater is more than just entertaining, it's educating. And, well, musical theater, on another note, is even more is an even stronger pull because of the music. Music is something that touches every person in a way that words cannot. And because of music, because our The Little Shop of Horrors was a musical, it was so fun to perform it. It wasn't dreary and dry or dark all the way, because the music was so vibrant. And even if it was so vibrant, you'd still hear the lyrics, and you'd understand that these are very dark and important messages that are being shown through the play, through the illusion of the play. And it's important to be able to use something that people enjoy for the greater good. By taking theater and using it to educate people, you are doing it in a way that they want to be educated through. It is a fun way that people wouldn't get tired of. This is a way that is more subtle, because by portraying a story, you are showing people the realities of some other person. Even if it's some fictional story, you could still take the lessons and apply it to real life. Every production is based on something in real life.